Hey guys, what's going on? It's If You Have to Pick Three. I'm Matt.
I'm Zach.
And if you haven't joined us for one of these podcasts before, essentially what we're doing here is we are giving our top three nominations, each of us, in a particular category. And then we both fight it out and we come up with a final top three list. So, Zach, what are we covering today?
Well, so Funko has produced a lot of really cool music-related pop vinyl figures. I mean, everyone from Jimi Hendrix and Ozzy Osbourne to even the Lady Justice character of Metallica's and Justice for All, they have their own pop vinyl figures. So we thought it would be kind of cool if we could each name which either musicians or even musical mascots are given a figure. Like, so if we could essentially be a producer of Funko and be like, all right, this is what we're going to create next. These are the musicians or mascots that we would love to see Funko produce.
All right.
And I think we should also just preface this by saying, by the time you listen to this, Funko might already come out with this figure.
Yes.
Which hopefully it doesn't happen.
But you know what? That means that we predicted the future correctly.
Exactly. In fact, I feel like when we first started discussing this, the ones that I had in mind, like, well, there should be an AC/DC or Angus Young one. There should be a Freddie Mercury one. Why haven't there been? Literally, like, preparing for this, they announce, we're coming out with a whole version, Queen edition of pop vinyl figures. We're coming out with Angus Young, multiple Angus Young ones. So
multiple Freddie Mercurys, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a good chance that these are already in the works. But at this point of us recording, there haven't been any indications that they're going to be creating these pop figures.
All right. So I feel like you have a lot to say on this.
I do.
Go ahead.
I'll go first?
Start first.
Well, thank you, sir. The first one. This one's a mascot.
Okay.
Here's Eddie. Mm-hmm. Iron Maiden's iconic Eddie mascot. It's actually kind of mind-boggling that they haven't done this, because you can do literally one of each era of Eddie. Because not only are the album covers kind of different versions of Eddie, but even the singles that they released for it. I mean, the Trooper, which is actually the one of him in the British Army outfit, Eddie. That was just for a single. It wasn't even for the original album cover. But still so iconic.
They use that in their stage show, too.
Yeah. Then, of course, there's the classic Killers one. So you can almost release, like, multiple Eddies, and I bet you that every Iron Man fan would buy each single one. In fact,
absolutely.
I feel like I could argue that we could end up doing a whole, if you have to pick 3 episode dedicated to just which versions of Eddies would you want a pop vinyl figure of. So that's my first pick.
Okay.
The second, David Bowie.
Interesting.
So now I should preface this by saying there is a Labyrinth version of David Bowie.
I don't know if that counts.
But you can make the argument it doesn't count. It's of a movie character, not of David Bowie.
Correct.
And I'm actually really shocked there isn't of David Bowie. I had to look online.
I'm sure that something's got to be in the works.
There's a lot of fan-created pop vinyl figures that, like, fans, and this goes to show you how popular these figures are, that there's fans who create their own of David Bowie. And you can do multiple eras of David Bowie, from the Starman original version, from the even just the White Duke version, and I feel like I would collect even at least 2 of the David Bowie eras.
Okay.
The third, this one's, I think, Matt, you're gonna hate me for saying, and we might no longer be friends. Lady Gaga.
I can actually see that.
So,
from a money-making perspective, absolutely.
There is actually a caveat here. They did create a pop vinyl figure for her character on American Horror Story, which
that's not Lady Gaga, though.
You could almost make the argument that it's like,
same thing.
It looks like Lady Gaga's award show look.
I'm gonna let you have it.
You could still do a lot of interesting different eras. Like, you can do where she's wearing the meat dress, where she's in her original debut Just Dance era of Lady Gaga, to even her more recent Joanna look with the pink hat. Like, you can do multiple ones, and I know that Lady Gaga fans would buy it. In fact, when I had to double check to make sure that there weren't Lady Gaga pop vinyl figures, I saw a lot of fan created ones that look like the real deal. Same with David Bowie.
Yeah.
So I feel like it should be only a matter of time that they just say, you know what, fine, we'll do
Right.
Lady Gaga. In fact, I'm really shocked there. Unless if I'm misreading some stuff online and maybe I'm looking at outdated ones, I'm actually really shocked there hasn't been a Lady Gaga one.
Yeah, I don't know of anyone. So, and in my research, I didn't come across Lady Gaga.
Oh, good. So I didn't just do a half-ass job of researching.
No.
Good. So just to recap, Eddie, Iron Maiden's mascot, David Bowie, Lady Gaga. Those are my three.
Okay.
Matt, what are your three?
My three. All right. We're going to start off with this one. Rob Zombie. You could have multiple eras of Rob Zombie, from White Zombie to Hellbilly Deluxe Rob Zombie, Educated Horses Rob Zombie. He's just got so many different iconic looks throughout each stage, I want to say, of Rob Zombie, that just like you with Lady Gaga, I'm kind of surprised at Rob Zombie, especially with how colorful he can be with some of his attire, that he's not been represented in a pop figure already.
I will say, we can save I don't want to go too deep into the debates because we'll save that for later, but at least the Hellbilly Deluxe era, I am shocked because there are actually a lot of toys of the Hellbilly Deluxe era for Rob Zombie as just like actual straightforward action figure. There's even, do you remember they came out, I think it was just for Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper, but some toy company came out with like a Jack in the Box version.
No, I don't remember that.
For Rob Zombie, I forget what song maybe it was Dracula because that's his most popular one. Or actually maybe Living Dead Girl. Like when it would open up, it would just be like a rubber version of Rob Zombie that pops out. It's like Living Dead Girl.
Wow.
I forget what song it was.
I don't remember
And for
that.
Alice Cooper, it was Welcome to My Nightmare. I had the Alice Cooper one because I love Alice Cooper. You better believe that I pre-ordered the Alice Cooper final
absolutely.
figure. I still love it. Sorry.
All right. Next one. Dave Grohl.
Oh, continue.
You get, once again, multiple eras of Dave Grohl. You could have drummer Dave Grohl from Nirvana. Very much so a very different looking Dave Grohl than what we have today with the front man that we know and love from the Foo Fighters. Have him behind the drum, like behind a little drum kit or with drumsticks, and then have him with his iconic Gibson blue guitar. With a microphone, there's a couple of different things you can do with him. They did come out with a Kurt Cobain one. So I feel like even if you wanted to kind of continue like the Nirvana set, you do him and then Chris Novoselic at some point. But I think that just kind of lends itself really well to a pop vinyl figure. And finally, this is an entire series that they can do. You can do so many figures and you can do so many looks that I'm surprised that they have not done Slipknot yet as a band.
Yeah.
All the masks, all the outfits, all of the members. How many members were in, I think, 8 members of
There's
Slipknot?
8 members in Slipknot.
Yeah. So if you do 1 through 8 with all the different variants of the masks and the colors, there's just so many possibilities. I'm surprised that they haven't done that.
I almost feel like, because Slipknot is supposed to be coming out of a new album in 2019, I almost feel like it's a guarantee that a Slipknot figure is coming out. Because, not only Ready to Feel Old,
Go on.
not only does 2019 mark the 20th anniversary of their debut album. Yeah. 2019 also marks the 15th anniversary of their third album, Volume 3, Subliminal Verses.
Time is going too quick.
And this year, they're supposed to be coming out with a new album. So even if you just do Corey Taylor and the 3 like the first, the middle, and the current mask, that could do very well.
Right, and then also his Stone Sour variant.
Yeah.
So,
well, I don't.
Well, I mean,
hold on. No one's going to really want the Stone Sour.
Well, you never know.
No, come on.
You never know.
Come on.
Girls can buy it. They could dig how Corey Taylor looks.
Come on.
You never know.
Come on. Anyway.
You sound like a Def Leppard song. Come on, come on, come on.
What Def Leppard song are you talking about? Oh,
yeah.
Me like a bone and come and get it on.
No, not that one.
Oh,
no,
it might as well be. Which one are you talking about?
From that terrible Sparkle Room album.
No one, even they don't listen to that album.
They did it.
But barely. But that's a different episode for another time.
Yes.
So to repeat yours.
We have Rob Zombie, Dave Grohl, and Slipknot. Either all together as a band in a very big, long, gigantic box, or if you do each individual member of the band with all the different variants of the masks and
honestly,
the outfits.
even if you just did like 4 of the members of Slipknot, that could be cool and enough.
Yeah.
This is going to be tough because, dare I say, I think I have some pretty amazing picks too.
You do. You have some pretty good ones. Let's see.
So,
I'm going to give you Eddie right off the bat.
You know what's funny? I was actually about to say I would be okay if we leave Eddie off.
Nah, I would include
because
Eddie. And I'll tell you why to include
Tell me
Eddie.
why to include Eddie. Convince me of my own pick.
Okay. From a pure, and you're a marketing guy, from a pure marketing standpoint, if I can include Iron Maiden and Eddie together with Funko, this is a guaranteed seller. It is. It's an absolute guarantee. I mean, Iron Maiden has gone into the alcohol business with their beer, and Eddie spearheading their beer in that British coat. I feel like they're making more of a stand with Eddie. Like you said, that came from a single, but that's now the mascot of their beer. So if you take what he is on the beer and then all the other iterations, especially on how important Eddie is to the band, because it's not just somebody who's on the cover of an album, he's all over their stage show.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of Iron Maiden, I think
you're going to buy that.
You're going to buy that.
So here's why I was actually willing to sacrifice Eddie. Because you actually kind of touched upon it. He's on a beer. He's everywhere. Eddie, actually, in theory, there's already Eddie toys. In fact, they released Eddie action figures already of like the Trooper, I believe.
Right, but it's not a pop figure.
But my point being is that, like, you're not going to, I mean, you could buy a Lady Gaga doll, but that'd be kind of weird. I feel like there's so much.
To each their own.
Yeah, that's true. But there are so many ways that Iron Maiden can merchandise Eddie that they don't really need a pop vinyl figure.
Who doesn't need more money in their pocket?
It's true. But you could even make, maybe the reason why they're kind of hesitant is because, well, we already have our own toys of Eddie, or we already have our own merchandise of Eddie that we make more money off of instead of sharing the profits with pop vinyl figure.
It doesn't matter. If you have another outlet to make money, why
That's
not
true,
make
but my point being is that there are other ways that Iron Maiden fans can get their toy fix with Eddie that you don't. Whereas, again, it would be a little odd to buy a Dave Grohl doll, but buying a Dave Grohl pop vinyl figure makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, but then you can make the argument about any one of these then, because if I forget what the toy company was, it might have been Todd McFarlane's toy company that did the Metallica ones where
they had the action figure. No, that's completely fair. Yeah, and I have those action figures.
Right. So you could make that argument that any one of this could be weird, but I think with Eddie it's less weird in my opinion, because Eddie's not a human. Eddie's a mascot.
Eddie, when going back to your point, forget even all that. To your point, Eddie will sell.
Yes.
So, okay, Eddie is definitely in the top 3.
Eddie is in the top 3. Now we have to choose between all the humans. God, that's so weird to say.
We could get in a lot of trouble if we keep making jokes about that. Anyway, this is tough because literally each one, we say that out loud, and I can already picture, like when you said Dave Grohl, I picture the blue guitar in pop, visuals like that, and that would sell so much.
Yes.
Same deal with David Bowie, same deal with Lady Gaga, same deal with Rob Zombie, same deal with the Slipknot guys.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
Is there one that you would eliminate from your list?
No, I want to include one. I don't want to eliminate one.
No, you can't include.
I want to include it in the overall top 3. I want to include Slipknot.
I need more convincing about Slipknot over the others that we just said.
Okay, the reason why I want to include Slipknot is because it will sell. Nobody, to my knowledge, has done toys on Slipknot, unless you can tell me. I don't think anybody has. But with all the variants,
I can't think off the top of my head if they have. But sorry, continue.
But all the variants that they have, there is so much potential.
Let's come back to Slipknot.
Okay.
Let's come back.
All right. The one I would eliminate off my list is Rob Zombie.
I agree.
Okay.
Bye, Rob.
All right. Next one. So you have Lady Gaga and Bowie.
Yeah. And I out of those two, which would you be more inclined to put in the top 3?
Which one would I be more inclined?
And I can tell you mine after I hear your opinion.
Gaga.
Really?
Yes. because it will sell better than Bowie. Granted,
I don't know about that, but continue.
Bowie is an older audience. Lady Gaga appeals to the masses. She appeals to every community. Bowie, I don't necessarily think does.
If you had said that before he passed away, I might be willing to agree. Bowie is now a larger-than-life figure, though. And I think I would actually disagree. Because Lady Gaga, there might be a year where she's not as popular.
But she's iconic amongst a lot of people because of what she stands for.
So is Bowie.
But people know Bowie because of imagery of Bowie. They don't know Bowie the musician. They don't know Bowie intimately. I completely disagree.
You think so? Oh, absolutely. In fact, I'm even more passionate now to say Bowie over Lady Gaga.
Okay. This is part of your list.
I actually really think Bowie, especially since his passing, people have become even more connected to him musically and have an even more emotional tie to his music and what he did for the art of music, both visually and even just sonically.
But I still just have a hard time thinking about just people. Okay, name me 3 Bowie songs. No, not you.
Are you kidding?
Not me and you.
Yeah,
I'm talking like the masses.
I also disagree with that. I feel like so many people would easily say Space Oddity, say Life on Mars, would easily say.
I don't think so.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think so.
In fact, I am saying absolutely David Bowie needs to be in his top 3 now just because of that. You just enraged me.
Okay.
All right, well, let's come back.
So Bowie is your next strong one.
That's my next strong one.
All right.
I will even actually make such a bold claim to say I will take Lady Gaga off the table.
Okay.
For the out of the conversation for the top 3.
Okay. All right, so my first strong one was Slipknot. Next is Grohl.
I think Grohl actually needs to be in the top 3.
Grohl, I think, because it's also a continuation of the Nirvana series.
It could,
and it's also he's a prominent figure in rock and roll. He's almost the figurehead of rock and roll now. And like you said, you can already picture his blue Gibson.
Yeah. Well, I was just even to say, even if it wasn't multiple Dave Grohls, even if it was just the Grohl we know now, the long hair, the beard, the black t-shirt, and the blue Gibson, I would actually, in fact, please, if anyone from Funko is listening to this, make a Dave Grohl one. I would actually buy that. I would pre-order that one.
Yes.
Even over my own picks.
Okay.
I would pre-order that one.
Okay.
So Dave Grohl is in the final 3.
Okay. And then you have Slipknot against Bowie.
Slipknot versus Bowie. Something that I don't think anyone ever expected to hear.
I mean,
I think you have to. I'm sorry, but I feel like Bowie reaches a larger audience.
Bowie, I'm not going to disagree. You have volume in Slipknot versus
popularity
in Grohl. I
would agree with
Bowie.
Bowie. Stop rubbing that one in that you thought of that before me.
I can't help it.
I think you have to go with Bowie over Slipknot.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Because I'm even thinking to myself, I would, as much as I love Slipknot, and as much fun as you can have with like the quants. Because here's the other thing too, and I even hate to say this again as a Slipknot fan, I would maybe buy Corey Taylor and maybe Clown. The other members,
who's the one with the big pins? I can't think of his name.
Pinhead. That's not his name, but I'm just calling him Pinhead.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even know what number he is.
On the first Slipknot album, he had the black mask and all the pins.
He still has the pins. That's his thing. I don't know.
That's really cool.
He's a turntable. But at the same time, I wouldn't buy that one on my own. I would maybe get a really expensive, which my wife would kill me if I bought a really expensive one that had all 8 members. But if I had to choose which individual members I would buy, Corey Taylor and Clown. I don't even know if I would buy Joey Jordison, who they probably wouldn't release since he's no longer a member.
Yeah, but release the new drummer with his masks.
Whatever his new mask might be, but who's going to really buy the new drummer?
You never know.
I still think Bowie over Slipknot.
I'll go with Bowie, because then this list is, like, iconic.
Yeah, it is. So, to recap, the final 3 that have made it into which pop final figures we want Funko to make that are music related with a musician or a mascot is Eddie from Iron Maiden, Dave Grohl, any era, although I think we know which era we want, and 3, David Bowie.
Yes.
In no particular order. That one I couldn't even tell you which one I want more of out of all those 3.
Funko, take our money now.
Yeah. They really are just so... I don't know why I love pop final figures so
fun.
much.
That's all that they are. They're just fun.
Especially... They also... And sorry to go on a whole rant about pop final figures, but the amount of vague yet intricate details they do in these figures, like the faces are the vague, like, black dot eyes.
You know...
But then you look at, like... For either the Lemmy one, how detailed they have with the hat, with the moles even, with the bass guitar. Like, it's incredible the amount of detail that goes into such a vague doll.
But you know what? Some of them are creepy. And the one that they did for Elvis is especially creepy.
That was like, I think one of the very first ones they did.
Yeah, but it's so creepy. I don't know why it's creepy, but when I was looking up...
Because it's not done well.
It was not that it wasn't done well. It was done differently than what they normally do, because they put a mouth on them. They put eyes. Yeah, the eyes. I don't know. It just creeps me out looking at that.
The other one that's actually really not good is they did the Misfits skull character. Again, that was a very early one, and it does. I don't even think it has the signature eyes.
It looks cute. It doesn't look scary.
It just looks like a really bad clay creation. And I think that's when they were trying to figure out like what they actually do. Let me ask you. So, little side question here.
Bonus content.
Bonus content. If you're still listening to us, thanks. Here's some bonus content. Out of everything that they've released so far up to now, which is your favorite music-related pop final figure?
Ooh, that's hard. Okay, so. You know what? It has to be Lemmy. It has to be.
That is a really great one.
It is. And Metallica's ones are just confusing because they're
they are.
They're different eras of Metallica.
Well, Kirk, Lars, and James, same era. And then so they just have Lars.
Then they
just have randomly Rob.
Yeah, random Rob. But I mean, James is, I think, like Justice era James. Are they all Justice era? I thought Kirk was Black Album.
I'm pretty sure that Lars, James, and Kirk are, if they're not Black Album era, it's the in between Justice and Black.
All right, I get. All right, that's fine.
Like 1990.
But then to have the complete set, and then hey, here's Rob in just a basketball jersey.
Whereas if they actually did current day James, I think that would actually look cooler than what they currently have. Like, as much as I love classic looking James,
yeah.
I mean, think about like his cool it's an ESP guitar, but it's like the Les Paul shaped guitar with the black with the gold the
Iron Cross.
The Iron Cross. That would look so cool in a pop final figure. Even though his Explorer Gibson is his Explorer looking ESP is really classic.
But you know what? I just
think Lemmy's is great.
Yeah, Lemmy's is great. The Guns N' Roses one.
Those are fun.
Right. Slash looks timeless. Axl, they took clearly from Appetite. And then Duff is just, Duff.
You know what's funny? As cool as it would have been to have Appetite for Destruction era Duff, there's something cool about current Duff as well.
Well, yeah.
A little badass look.
Well, Duff
maybe more badass looking.
Duff is Duff.
Yeah.
But Slash, he hasn't changed. He's timeless. I mean, maybe if you did the Appetite without the top hat on, but then everybody would say, "Where's his top hat?"
You know what actually would be really cool? Because I think even in Appetite he had the top hat. Not for all the promo photos, but
not for a lot of stuff.
The skulls, they have the top. But what could be cool is skull and bone versions of the Appetite for Destruction era lineup of Guns N' Roses.
Like with the cross?
Well, so essentially it'd be like, I think they even kind of have used for current animations to promote the Not This Lifetime tour, where it was skeleton version Axl Rose and skeleton version Slash and skeleton version Duff. Like them like in like the same kind of 80s hair stuff, but like skeleton versions. That could be kind of a cool, fun
that'd be interesting.
And it would also kind of help them get around not doing Izzy and Steve Adler.
What's your favorite one?
My favorite one, I mean, I do like the Guns N' Roses ones, the Metallica ones. Lemmy is so great, but I gotta go with Alice Cooper.
Okay.
I think the two that they've done for Alice Cooper. So there's one that was like a Hot Topic exclusive where he's in the straitjacket. Mm-hmm. That's just so cool. and it just, brings you back to the like old school Alice Cooper. But then the one that I have, which is him in the white top hat and the almost like the white suit and the cane, kind of brings you back to the $1 Billion Babies era. And when he does his encore, he comes out doing Schools Out in that kind of outfit. It's just so cool because I'm so tempted to buy every single Alice Cooper ones that they might do moving forward. But I'm also, anyone who knows me knows how much I love Alice Cooper. Yeah. So I think they did such great justice to who Alice Cooper is in pop vinyl figure, which is something that a grown man should not have to say.
But a lot of people,
we're two grown
love
men
these things,
talking
though.
about toys.
But you know what though? It's not just us. A lot of people have these, and it's kind of a phenomenon.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely, it is.
A lot of people would say that these are like the modern day versions of Beanie Babies, and I don't think that they're wrong.
I would agree.
So,
just don't buy a bunch thinking that they're going to add value. They're going to increase in value. Got
to put them in a case. Keep them in the box.
Do you keep them in the box?
I do, because I have them on my desk at work, and I have them downstairs in my den, and I think it's better to have them in the box than to take them out. The boxes
are so cool.
Yeah.
It's not even that like they're not cool. It's not because you're not going to play with them because A, they're not really built to be played with, and B, come on, don't play with them.
Unless you're like 6 or 7, then it's okay.
Yeah,
you still have an imagination at that point.
You need to learn the value in keeping them in the box. No, but I honestly, because at one of my jobs, I had them out of the box. Mm-hmm. But then at my current job, I kept them in the box initially because I thought I might be moving cubicles somewhere. So I was like, just keep them in the box so it's easier to move. Right. But now I just keep them in the box because they're just cool looking. Yeah. And the box, they did a great job with the design of the boxes too. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So, but listen, do you have pop vinyl figures? Do you have some that you really love and treasure? Are there musicians and mascots who we didn't name that you think need to be made into pop vinyl figure? Let us know. Comment on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Epic Footnotes. Let us know your thoughts. But once again, thanks so much for listening. I'm Zach.
I'm Matt.
And we hope that you tune in next time.
See you later, guys.